out teams that are winning. I'm just joking. This is kind of a ratty shirt, but it is what it is. Hey guys,
right.
Let's see. Let's see.
Hello.
Those are nice comments. I have alerts on this one, but not the other one, and that was a sweet comment. What's up, you guys? Oh, he's going to, look, he's getting his turtle. It's that time of day.
He doesn't like when we're live.
But he loves his turtle. He loves his way. He loves his turtle in a strange way.
Let's see.
Right? Is it a strange way?
Hey, I just got the
notification.
I
did it.
ATX and Tomahawk are now live. Let's see. Suit Supply. That was our.
Hey, Karen.
That was our sponsor, or not our sponsor, but our. That was the ad.
Suit Supply.
Suit Supply. Does everybody know what Suit Supply is?
I have no idea what that is.
Hey, Karen.
Okay.
Karen, the super mod, is establishing herself as a pretty formidable troll in other people's chats,
You
too.
know what? Okay, so I was at... Oh, thank you, Karen.
Oh, I know.
Is it right? Okay, so I had... What is fan funding?
That's if you want to see who has super chatted you, or joined. You can just go directly to that.
You could filter it to that, so you only
Or at the end of the chat, you want to thank certain people.
Oh, okay. I was hey, Mama Ricky, hey, Maxine.
Like French Fry Girl, with 3,000 in her chat. If she wants to make sure she gets the people that super chat her, she can go to that list.
I don't. Oh shoot, I don't know.
Hey Maxine, what's up, Mama Ricky?
You guys, I have saying this many times. I don't understand the fascination with foodie beauty. I don't get it. Yeah, good, bad, indifferent.
One thing that I am convinced about Foodie Beauty is her ability to troll.
Oh, for sure.
She is masterful at that.
And what I find fascinating is that she holds a lot of people's purse strings simply by whether she gives them something to review.
Right. And I'm not saying this for anything more than what it is, but French Fry Girl gets a lot of mileage off Chantel. She does.
But so they started the YouTube Underground and I think that does
a little bit.
Okay. Do they, so the YouTube Underground and French Fried Girl, didn't they take off roughly about the same time?
I'm not sure. I hope not, for Yaba's sake.
I can't figure out why. I guess because I don't know. I don't understand why some people.
So French Fry Girl was attached to Girl World, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
She's from Girl World. She has done a very good job of sort of divorcing herself from Girl World and staying strictly on, her channel. This is my hypothesis, and building it. And she's built it very well. She had 3,000 people in her chat.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable.
She's doing what all reviewers want to be able to do.
Yeah.
I think.
And she's one of the fattest sphere, right?
Right.
She's a big girl.
So Yaba, in a similar trajectory, I'd say, was kind of divorced herself from the drama community to focus on the same person. Yaba was doing okay. However, she decided to dive back into the drama that is not Foodie Beauty, and that is the rest of the content creators that Sam goes after.
And that is all she wrote.
And that's really, if you want to look at the roadblock that Yaba's career has had, YouTube-wise, look no further than the business decision of involving Sam in her YouTube world. That's going to tank.
Oh, Al's mad at us. It says, I'm dealing with a family emergency. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about how incredibly pointless it is for you to show your DMs with tragic, Mandy. I already knew all I needed to about Big Vag. This just told me more about you. Bottom feeder, friendless bitch.
Oh! Oh. I wouldn't know why, but it really triggered her.
Well, he wanted information and I didn't give it to her.
Right.
Okay. So
that is, you hit the nail on the head. So Owl thought that she had you in pocket.
No. Apparently she thinks that DM dropping is stupid. He said he was going to drop DM, so I beat him to it because DM? I don't know what she's talking about. That's why I never hardly go onto Twitter. So I saw that and I was like,
and I think it's probably also that it shows a certain side that needed to be shown, I guess.
I don't know, because I didn't like, I don't understand. She should be upset with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Anyways, hey, I love Lucy and Sandy. How are you? She's hated me before. She'll hate
oh
me
no,
again.
I'm not worried
No,
about
I
it
know,
at all.
but I'm like,
I
it's
get
never ending.
Owl got so upset that we were kind of coming for her that she doubled down on the Sean's beating up TT theory. And that's
Yeah.
really where she showed who
Yeah.
she was right there.
Well, we didn't expect her to be our friend.
No, we don't.
Okay, so Lizzie, get down, baby. Look, I'm gonna. He's not usually up here this early. Let's see. I think Facebook is problematic. You think as a human may over there people project all over that woman. Oh, Foodie Beauty.
Oh yeah,
is she
yeah,
on
yeah.
Facebook?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the other thing? Hey, Suzanne. Mom Murky says, isn't it common knowledge that Bunz is Olopp? Well, I suppose that.
Yes, but we can talk about that.
What does that sound?
Do you hear the gun? Hear
Oh,
that gun?
it's a gun. I thought it was the fireplace. So, yeah, I guess under there was a review of our stream, so I put it on private, and there were comments, and one of the ones that was showed was from Bunz, and I'm not sure how late at night it was. I have no idea, but let's see. It says, so someone was talking about running us, and it says, nobody can run them, ? I ran them, and I had fun reminding Sean and his third wife that I'm mentally unstable. Will also reach out and touch your life in ways you've never been touched. Isn't that right, ATX? I hate these two. That's pretty strong. Sean is desperate to have a YouTube famous wife. And I don't understand, because I think that she really meant that she told us that she's unstable, but you're like, no, it's a typo.
she was crunk-a-lunk when she wrote it. But here's the point of that. So if you go into, this was sent to us, a comment that was in Hot Discord Rejects AK stream. She was the first one to comment, I guess, and she put that out. And then she's going to say that she wasn't Olopp. So, Bunz, how did you attempt to run us as Bunz? That would be the first question. That is an Olopp thing to say. And
because as far as we know, you were in the hospital fighting for your life for months.
That's right.
So how were you running us? I think that she was just maybe a little bit altered when she said that. So it was interesting that while all that was going on, oh, thank you, Misty. So when it was all going on,
what's he doing?
She just makes me laugh because when she exited, when Olopp finally took off for a while, Bunz came back.
Right.
And there's so many reasons why it was obvious that they were the same. But what's interesting is Tragic and Alex were desperate for people to believe that Olopp was Emma. And it just didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense.
And they
almost like they got it from a third source or something like that, or an outside source.
Right.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Olopp situation. Bunz is known as, you know how the YouTube Underground was kind of assigning things, like they were saying Lisa Manning was the legal team, and this person was that, and that person was that. Well, Bunz was like the public affairs officer or whatever.
She was public relations.
Public relations. But then it was getting around, because she's pretty vile, not just to us, but in general.
Yeah.
This is Bunz. So Olopp's going around, and Olopp is double downing on the nastiness. That's what they're doing. And we kind of pretty much knew that that's Bunz. Yaba and Sam couldn't have someone as obviously vile as Olopp, Bunz, as one of their own. They desperately needed Olopp to be unattached to Bunz, and that's what they were trying to get people to believe.
Right. And it was strange to me, because it just was like, no, that doesn't make sense. Everyone has noticed and said that the two are the same, but now it makes sense. They were desperate for everyone to believe that it wasn't, because they've been on both sides for a while. Anyways, it's you see all this shit that goes down on Twitter. This is why I don't go on Twitter. Because I get involved in some shit.
When we first got together, she wasn't on Twitter. And I said, if you get on Twitter, you'll get a couple thousand people on Twitter. You really know what's going on in between the live streams and in between the vlogs. You'll figure it out. You'll see people's relationships. She didn't believe me. So she, started using her Twitter a lot more. All of a sudden she's knowing way too much. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to.
It's just, yeah, it's just like, it's super like, it's okay for the DM feature, because I do DM with people occasionally, but even then it's like, you get sent, like, I don't know. I don't use it a lot, but I've used it recently. And it makes a lot of sense that Owl would be upset at you putting DMs. And I would say on one point that it's DMs between you and Tragic, but it isn't. It's Tragic trying to get you to speak on certain things over and over. Then you give him the little okay, cool. That's all right. No, you're cool. And he keeps constantly trying to. It's just, it was strange. And at that point, I knew that he was talking to Sam. So I was like, he really thinks that I'm going to talk to him. I don't know where the flirting thing came from, because AK said it. AK had a Twitter that said he's not flirting with you. Nobody ever said flirting. I just said he was in my DMs like he was everybody else's. He slid into my DMs like he is everybody else's. Yeah, so that's neither here nor there. But I will give Al credit for this. If she feels some kind of way, she doesn't care whether she's, made a statement that was semi-supporting you, if she thinks that you've done something shitty. Right. Do you know what I'm saying? No, I do. I understand. I understand. And I even mentioned that. I was like, well, but really when you look at the DM drop, it's not a DM drop. It's one person constantly trying to get a communique going and the other person not wanting to do it. Because yesterday he was saying he was going to drop them. And I'm like, this is such a pointless conversation. Why would I not show it? Right. There's nothing there of value. It's fuck shit. It's actually pretty weird. Right. But the other reason why Owl wouldn't, especially with you, DM drops, because she slid into your DMs when we first got together and asked about but I mean, she knows that's not my normal style to share them. But there was a multitude of things that have gone on in that little sector. And I was like, you keep threatening. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And also, good or bad. When you see the DMs, a year ago or a year and a half ago, Tragic was trying to get you to give him any information that you had on Owl. And you simply said, okay, whatever. And then you never sent him anything. That's the other reason why Owl would be mad. Thank you, Karen. That would be the other reason. Well, that she's mad, like, that I didn't, or that I said I would and I didn't. Well, if you sent the whole thing, all of the things with Tragic trying to get you to talk, you'll see the very first thing is Tragic is asking you, what do you know about Owl? And I was like, let me see what I can do. And then sent him nothing. Yeah. I don't know anything about her, nor do I mean particularly. But I will give credit for that, because as much as she'll tell you, you can fuck off, then if something doesn't make sense and it makes you look, if in another light, she'll go the other way. But it doesn't really matter. But, she didn't tell you to shut your whore mouth, though. No. It wasn't quite that bad. She said, I'm a friendless bottom feeder bitch. Hey, Ryan, how are you? And that is so descriptive. But I don't understand why in the world someone would have that deep of an opinion on us. And now I'm talking about Owl / Bunz. Olopp / Bunz. Oh, yeah. That she literally hates us. You should not have that big of an opinion about anybody on YouTube. It's just not that serious. Here's the thing about that. I was friends with Bunz up until the moment that she knew that I was with you. Right. She was, even while we were together, when I was in Cincinnati at my daughter's house, we were like DMing each other, friendly DMs back and forth. Oh, you're doing great, Sean. You deserve a good, all that. Yeah. So. But nobody wanted you with ATX. Nobody wanted me with you. There's like, she's a dirty, rotten, no good. But yeah, it's. But let's digress a second. When
it was sent to us that, what's his name? Tragic was talking about whatever, talking about, first of all, he's talking about getting people on panel that won't do it and this and that. I said, what you're going to do when this person slid into your DMs,
Right.
this person was like, hey, it was like, yeah, this is what that's all about. I've mentioned, I said, well, are you going to share DMs? We both agreed at that point that there is no sharing of a conversation. It's a very weird conversation.
That's exactly.
That's what it was.
I
It was
wouldn't
Tragic
have-
saying a whole bunch of things to Mandy, and Mandy just giving these 1 and 2 word answers like, okay, cool. Okay. It's like, would you answer him?
Well,
It's like,
and why in the world would I release something that I would have probably cropped it a lot different if
Yeah.
I thought that there was anybody, hey chicklets, that was going to be offended by it. Like,
That's right.
I would have, it's just not that serious. It's
It
not
isn't.
like, even if he had disclosed personal information to me about himself, struggles, whatever, I wouldn't have shared it. This is a stupid conversation. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
It was
So-
it was one of those situations where we're sitting there and we're watching Tragic and he's doing his channel, he's doing his thing, and then he's flipping on a certain person that he was friends with. Then now he's with other people and he's doing his things and he's fighting with Owl and we were fighting with Owl, and then all of a sudden he's like, what do you have about Owl? And then shortly afterwards he has a fallout with whoever he's aligned with, and he's got like new people that he's riding with like every few months. And then he's in a few, we were like,
One of the concerning things I saw when he come back, oh no, chicklets, you got that one.
You got that one.
You just got here clearly. That is definitely not.
no, that's not true. We're just reviewing history of the past. I know you weren't here yesterday, chicklets, but yeah, we are not friends with them.
No,
I mean,
they were always kind of whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
when you got somebody that's kind of new, and I didn't think that he was that new, but then when you watch how he operates and the things that he does, he acts very new at this.
yeah.
Like everyone's going to just tell him. And then the other thing I wanted to say before we go into it further is that there's been a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, where he needs to take a break. Like he's got health issues, which is, you try to respect that about anybody when they say, I got to take a break. You guys have always said, I don't care if I'm
Hey,
beefing with
Krista.
somebody or not beefing with somebody or whatever. If they say, hey, look, I got to jump off of this for whatever reason, it's kind of like, I've always kind of respected that.
And he said he would do it for his mental health. That
Right.
He would take a break.
But see, then he jumps right back on with all guns blazing.
But they should leave him alone if he's
yeah,
struggling.
Yeah. But
Definitely Sam should. She
Right.
of all people, doesn't want people that are struggling with their mental health to be put on, in the middle of some shit.
But we know that Sam will use anybody and everybody.
Yeah. That's
We
true.
know that. Everybody that's looking in on this situation and sees that she's got that group of people in pocket, because
Yeah.
she obviously does. And I thought when Sam had that one stream where she exchanged the texts and DMs or whatever they were between Tragic and Gigi, I thought for sure that Tragic would go, that was fucked up, because Sam did not do that and make Tragic look like he was in a good light.
Yeah.
It made him look like,
I think that that Sam was doing those DMs had already been read before.
Many
They're
times,
odd. For sure, they're odd for someone who's not in a kind of relationship that goes. It was a weird friendship to me, and I'll just leave it at that. That he had with Gigi and those texts. I think the person who originally released it though was Gigi.
Did he release
I don't
them?
know. They've been read several times.
And
but
maybe
this-
that was for, when you read it, and I didn't see, I'm just listening to Sam, the parts of Sam, and it was like, what was the purpose of it? I don't understand what it was. It looked like it was a conversation between 2 people, and it was sort of like a business deal or whatever.
Right.
And it didn't make. I honestly thought it made Tragic cast him in a way worse light than it did Gigi. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I was like, Gigi is pretty straightforward. The little bit that I've heard of him and watched him, and not much of it, he's pretty straightforward with his stances and all that. He's pretty easy to understand where he's coming from, and he's a good content creator. He knows what he's doing. I'm not saying I like him or dislike him. I'm just saying when you look at somebody, their delivery, you go, okay, that's a content creator.
Yeah.
But it looked like there was a business deal that was going to go on, and that, I mean, it didn't look good. It wasn't a good look at all.
Yeah, I noticed that we're looking pixelated, chicklets. Tell me if it clears up. I can see it on this end. I obviously don't see it in the viewfinder because that's not, but let me know. Jill, hey, Lady Guinevere, chicklets. No. Jill is getting her chick. She says she doesn't know about the drama, but she's here for the chickens and the dogs. I love
Guinevere's
it.
like,
That's
who's
what
starting
it's
shit
all
now?
about.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about with us. It's no need for people to get upset or whatever. But I do have a question. How many of people in here know about Kiwi Farms? I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent. How many people have seen it before, have looked at it in here? It's like, it's been around for a very, very long time. Is it better?
I don't know what we can do.
I think it's the, we'll give it a second. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think that I want to give it a second to see if it'll clear up. Let's see.
Chicklet says, I like reading the farms.
Okay, so she's seen it. Karen's seen it. It's better. Okay. Hopefully it'll clear up and we won't get like a signal interruption or whatever.
Some of the things, like if you go to our last community post and what was put on the community post, it is commentary with some pictures, and it's talking about how, Sam is so obsessed with ATX, and it's pretty obvious. Kiwi Farms has picked up on that, and in that community post that I made, it simply is where Sam is talking about downloading our wedding video. And so if you go to our community page, and you look at that, the people that are posting that is Kiwi Farms. That's, what people might not know the context of it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Chicklets. It says, if I like someone, I don't care what anyone says about them. And that's kind of the bottom line with all of the bullshit, is that no one should care that much what someone on YouTube thinks about them.
That's
and
right.
if you care that much, then it's as easy as just not making any more content, right? Because people are going to talk about it, people are going to review it, and I'm okay with that. But you might want to download it before you start reviewing it, because the person can always put it on private.
That's right. And putting something on private is,
I think when someone puts something on private and it's like completely shut, like it goes black on someone's screen, that's an amateur move. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Telfer is Telfer, but if I try to put it on private, it never goes away for her, I'm told, because she's downloaded
She downloads it, which adds to her obsession. And that's the point that Kiwi Farms is trying to make right now. They are saying that Sam went to Kiwi Farms and asked them, we've seen the clips, and asked them and seen the post where she's asked Kiwi Farms to expose you, to dox you. To the point where Kiwi Farms has come back and said, Sam, stop. ATX and Tomahawk are boring.
Right.
And
she kept going. So she finally was like,
we're going to post stuff about you, Sam.
And then I think that she like doxed some of the people on there, and they've been around for a very long time. Kiwi Farms has. Have a good night, Gusta. They've been around for a very long time. Sean has been on there. He is still on there, right? You're still on there somewhere. He's been on for probably the longest, like, of anyone here besides people who, had any idea that they existed. But their stuff shows up in a Google search.
I know.
So, it is,
that's how I found out that I was on the farms.
Yeah.
So I made an appearance on Kiwi Farms when I was in a prior relationship. It just,
Right.
I did.
Hey,
And
Missy said they're just showing that they hate that they don't have a good. It's the drama is their entire, like, a lot of people have gotten spoiled to having to jump on the drama to make money, and there's some people that have to, and we're glad to give you the content. I'm just kidding.
I mean, we are though. I mean, it's like we try to do our little chicken channel and the channel that we do, but you know.
Oh, thank you, Guinevere. It says, I know your wedding was so cute. Thank you. And what's their beef with y'all?
Right.
And
so you got people that watch a wedding
Yes,
video,
lady.
and then you can, I guess, listen to Sam's version. I haven't listened to what she reviewed. I don't understand what she could do with it, except for act like a creep.
She just likes to talk about the way it looks.
She
and our
likes to
bodies
talk about you.
But I didn't get married in a hoodie on a beach.
But the point
I
is,
showed my
the
body.
point we're making here is that other people have noticed it. Kiwi Farms has noticed it. And so we have had a little bit of help getting the word out every time Sam jumps onto somebody's stream that's talking about us, because she can't do it herself without them catching her and going, you're talking about ATX again. She hadn't said shit about you. So now when other people talk about us, they're watching those people, and sure enough, Sam shows up in those chats.
Nobody understands. People are fascinated when they finally get a hold of me and they go, what is it that she's so obsessed with? Were y'all together? Were you whatever? No, we were just friends. It was a huge, like, I mean, we were friends, then we had a falling out, and then we made up, and it was not that memorable. I don't know what I hope she's just using it for content, but again, everybody else is saying it's boring. She's joined our members stuff. It's
got a membership.
So boring. I mean, I'm not trying to put ourselves down, because a lot of people are, our members, and they want to see corny
We're
stuff.
boring in the sense that people that are doing drama try to take our videos and make them dramatic.
But I mean,
that's the point.
I can't imagine that anybody that would sit there and watch her stream our members only videos would give a shit. And that's what Kiwi Farms is trying to say.
And a lot of other people are saying
Nobody cares
it too.
about them. You look crazy.
You look crazy.
No one
and
cares about
obsessed.
them. You know what I mean?
And I think the thing, she hasn't been able to do it lately, but she was used to, for a few years, to jump on someone's shit and kind of run them off the platform. And I think we and a couple other people, but we were the ones 18 months ago where she came for us and came for us and came for us. Our channel grew and we're still here. We never went anywhere.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the threats, the lawsuits, they're going to go to jail. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And people are like, for what?
Yeah.
What are we going to go to jail for?
It didn't make any sense.
And if you just hang in there when she's doing whatever, you'll come out of it probably with more subs and a lot more people watching you, because there's so many people that don't like her. But Mandy ATX is relevant and stays relevant because of Sam's stalking tendencies towards her.
It's tell me if it's still pixelated, because if it is, I might, can you hear it okay, just not see it okay? Chicklets, thank you. I enjoyed y'all wedding, not her coverage of it. I love family wedding. You know what, it was during COVID. The decorations on the porch my mother did for us. It was one of those things where when we got married, and I've been married before, and it was, we had kids, it's whatever. Sean's been married a couple of times. That when we stood there and exchanged vows, it was like, for me, it was like, this is what it's supposed to feel like. This is what it's, and like I said, the world stood still, and all of a sudden it was, there's COVID going on, everybody's wearing masks, we can't stand by each other with family, and all of a sudden the world just kind of stopped, and it made such sense. And I don't care what I looked like, what he looked like, what the porch looked like. That's what it was all about. And I was like, this is it. The people that like it, here you go. I want you to see it. Those who want to make fun of it, I guess that's okay.
I mean, we came up and met each other in a drama community. Mandy and I met each other through the community, and we fell in love. We found our forever.
Yes, it's about the wedding. It's not about the wedding, it's about the marriage. And that's what's so different. I was very, very young when I got married the first time. it was not a mistake. I had 2 kids, but it didn't feel like what it felt like when I married Sean. It felt like, okay, this is what we've been rehearsing for. Let me remember what they said about what. Let me do and going, okay, I hope this is a good idea. With Sean and I, it was totally what it's supposed to feel like.
I think with my first marriage, it was, y'all know who she is. She's in the, off and on around here.
Right. Hey, Clancy.
I was going into the Army. I married who my best friend was at the time. I had no idea at 22 years old what love was.
Right.
I had 3 children with this woman. And then after 17 years, she got up and left. She left me with the kids and this and that. And then my second relationship was, I'll just say what it was. It was a rebound for me. And I went through with that marriage because I'm kind of a man of my word.
You said you would.
Yeah, I said that I would. Even though all the red flags were there, everything was there to say, run, run, run. I didn't. And it took me 10 years to get out of that, to finally, walk away from it and not, stay in the trauma and stay with the drama and this and that. And, so when I met Mandi, as Mandi said, it just made perfect sense. And you could be 25-year-old, some of y'all got married young and it was meant to be. I didn't know the term when you know until I got with this one. I was, 50 years old when I got that. When you know. I tell people all the time, my single friends, marriage is just not for me and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want this and I don't want that. And I said, well, when you know. Yeah. Something is going to come walking through the door and you're going to go, this is what my forever needs to be like this with this person.
Yeah, within a week of us crossing over, which is coming up, Sean,
May 9th.
He texted me and he was like, I want you to be my wife. And I was like, okay. And it was like, we were talking yesterday, how crazy it is, how insane it was.
She thinks it's the light. Hold on, let's try this.
It's the light?
Let's see what happens. We're going to give it a try.
Okay. Tell me. Yeah, saying your vows in front of God and your loved ones. That's what it was about. Let me tell you, I don't think it's caught up on this end yet. When there it
goes.
Is it better?
No, it's worse.
Okay. Let me turn the, is this right here? Look, what happens if I do that? It turns it around. Oh, you can turn it around now. It was the light?
Did it turn out better when I turned the light off, or?
Should I turn the Wi-Fi off on here?
No. No,
not turn the stream off. Let's try the light behind you that's hanging up. Unplug that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Unplug that one.
Which one?
Oh. Just unplug the whole pink thing.
It's this thing, right?
But I mean, you can unplug either way. I hope that looks even better. We should get rid of that light behind us. I don't know if it's cleared up. Let's see. Let's see. Is it still?
It still hasn't. I haven't unplugged it on the stream yet.
Oh, okay. No. You're right. Melissa said, and 3 more kids, and 19 years later, I still love him more than I did when we got married.
And that's because you know.
Right.
You knew.
Right.
And you're forever, you knew.
Right.
Anyway, getting back to that, but there are some people that are going to use it for drama. And that's what Sam wants to do. And yesterday in AK's stream, she, put it in there again. What about that?
We'll just give it a second. Yeah. At the end of the day, if it gives them content or it gives them something to talk about, AK and Tragic, and I guess Alex too, because it appears that she is going to continue to drag me, which is whatever. It's just not that serious. There's no reason to continue it. You know what I mean? Like y'all have your own thing going on. I don't understand. You could, it says listening while working, but you could have worn a hoodie and your overalls and rocked your wedding. Thank you. It was about the wedding. And it was a lot of people who had watched Sean go through that. He went through his divorce and they had been following each of these steps. I get messages all the time, mostly the email because, I don't check my DMs a lot. And there are people that have been watching since Dr. Phil and before that have never said anything in the chat, but they know every single thing that happened.
They said the color is better, but it's still pixelated.
Let me try this. It won't. No, buffering. It's just gonna kill the stream. Hey, Steven Sheagal, y'all are gone. Okay, but just give it a moment. There we go. This is when it froze. Thank you. Oh, it's even worse. Oh, it's even worse. Hey, Stitching. I don't know if anybody can hear us.
It looks better on my end. Is it better?
I don't know. Are we here?
It looks like it.
You're back. We're back?
How do we look? Any better? I don't think it's better, but...
It's a little better.
Yoga Pants, hey, I can...
Yoga Pants.
See and hear you.
Okay. We might be pixelated. Thank you, East Coast Beauty said, how can anyone be upset when two people find love and happiness? So immature. I'm happy for you both. Thank you.
I think that, getting back on track of what we were talking about. So this stuff gets dropped into, all this information because you guys are great to us and you guys defend us. We've got a great circle of friends.
No, I'm a friendless bottom feeder.
I know. That's what...
Karen, thank you. Karen said that she's known me since 2016. I don't let that stuff get me stressed out on you. I just don't. I don't. Go ahead.
It's we're all saying this to say this.
Have a good night, Jill.
Everybody right now understands that Sam has AK in that group in pocket.
Right.
She does. And that's what Sam does. She goes from person to person and place to place, and she picks some new people out and slides in there and gets them to do her bidding, which is us, which is primarily her. And it took a while for us to figure out, if she was, dragging me or dragging you.
Okay.
But for those of you who don't know the history, some of y'all do, we were all friends. And when Mandy and I got together, she decided she didn't like us anymore.
At first, she was happy for us.
She was the first one to know. But the first thing that I always say to people when they said, well, Sam this and Sam that, ask her why she doesn't like her.
I would like to ask her. Can you answer that for real, Samantha?
What is the reason that you don't like Mandi ATX? Because you guys were friends, you guys had a channel together, and this and that. What was it? Mm-hmm. The people that have been here for a while know it's because we got together and she wasn't okay with that.
Right.
But we've heard all kinds of other stuff. At first she was defending Trisha. Trisha was her friend. And it was like, and I'm like, screw her. Mm-hmm. You told me when I was going through this, Sam, to get away from her and things would be better when you got out from under an abusive relationship.
And guess what they were?
And that's what we were. We were a toxic relationship. I mean, those were your words. So that is the question. It's what is the core reason why Sam doesn't like Mandi? The core reason why she's obsessed with Mandi. What is the core reason why you stalk Mandi's shit, become a member in their stream to show their content? Every time that they have a beef with somebody else, you slide into their DMs. What is the reason for that? What makes us so important that you...
Especially when everyone else is telling you that it's boring, that it's not good content. It's not, you know what I mean? I wish y'all could see me better, but you said that the sound is fine. You might be onto something, Chiclets. Maybe she was interested. Maybe it was kind of both. I think she was on the prowl for her next meal ticket, so to speak, and she was cruising around to figure out who might be a possibility. And, you know, once the two of us became spoken for with each other, she
For
went
each
on
other.
she started going for Yaba.
What are you doing, baby?
And the concerning thing is, even if, you know, it would be a cute story if it was, you know, that they were arch enemies and then they ended up getting together, and what a crazy story, and then they're married. But that's not how it happened. That's not
Right.
how it went down.
That's how it happened that's why when you talk about Sam and Yaba getting together, it's so much kind of interesting, because they were arch enemies, and there's plenty of content of them talking back and forth about each other.
Right.
And you know,
Trisha thought Sam was interested in Sean. Yeah, at first she thought that Sean, that the new girl was.
And so getting back to now that AK and Alex are taking a fancy about talking to us or about us or whatever. I didn't understand why that was. So I did a little research. I looked at, you know, AK's streams. I did not know that she has never put more than has never had a stream with over 2,000 views ever.
Yeah.
And I'm not here nor there with that, because if they keep doing drama and stuff, they'll eventually have one or two that happens. But it seems like they haven't reached that moment that most of us as content creators have reached at one point, which is the fact that we had some success. We had people watch us. I've had it with Tomahawk Sean. Mandi and I have had it with ATX Tomahawk. Once you get there, it's more drama, and it's more of a shit show. And it's just, you know, to build a channel based on drama it's just a detriment to your life. I mean, it just mentally, it just psychologically, your channel grows, and you're constantly in the drama.
Yeah.
Unless you've got something that really fills that need for you to do the drama all the time, then you eventually are going to back out of it. You're eventually going to try to go in a different direction. And hopefully you haven't gotten
used to the paycheck from it. You know what I mean? And some people have. But for those people who would bank on it for, you know, to get that YouTube money, and we help to satisfy that need, we're happy to do it. It's just weird.
It's weird, but make no mistake, right now what we're watching is, I call AK like a fledgling channel, Hot Discord Rejects, that is saying stuff, regurgitating stuff, especially when Alex talks about it, because Alex is saying stuff that Sam would say.
Yeah.
You know, about drug use, about this and about that. The bottom line, and here it is, the 5th or the 6th or whatever, you're being used. You're being used. At some point, I remember Hussey, we're not here nor there with Hussey, but he said it best. Y'all had a birthday stream for AK, and she didn't even show up in it. As a matter of fact, she went live during that stream.
Sam did.
Sam went live during that stream.
Thank you. Yeah, she's a member, and Belinda's too. It's weird, and you cannot block a member from being your member. You can report it to YouTube, and you can say they're stealing your content. But I'm sorry, you guys. I appreciate the members here, but you got to admit, it's not stellar content. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're working on it, but it's not something that I need to protect, because it's just this right now, this lost private footage. It's just not that. It's not that. Our members like it. The people that like us like it, because it's looking. The other thing is, there are two people right now that come out in a copyright match in Creator Studio. Two different creators that have come up as an exact match. And those of you who don't know this, when something comes up as an exact match, when you're in your Creator Studio, if you submit that for a copyright strike, YouTube is not going to when you counterfile, there's no way to stop it. It's not just a casual strike. It's something that showed up exact. YouTube has put it in your copyright match and been like, this is an exact match. So you either contact the creator or you strike it. I'm not going to strike either one of them, but I'm just telling you that two of you that are using it come up in that. But like I said, we'll be your content. I'm not going to strike your shit. But you should know that sooner or later, and those of you who know, that strike is a solid strike, because you did it through, know. So I'm just saying, that's all I'm not, but someone mentioned earlier, strike them. And I was like, oh, I wanted to tell y'all that. Yeah, she's nosy. You're exactly right about that. Sam can't handle that there's anything going on in our lives that she doesn't know about. It
Yep.
is impossible for her. It's impossible. She
Yeah.
has to know what's going on. And it's so odd. But then after we've been having it happen this long, it's lost its shock. It's lost its whatever, its creepiness. It's just like, oh, what a pain
There
in the
she
ass.
is.
That's
She's still
it.
over there. That's
right.
what she does.
And everybody else sees her like that too.
Yeah, that's what it's. Except for
Have
her.
a good night, Missy.
Except for her, her little circle. It's the same 4 or 5 people that run with her. And the thing is like we thought when she first started coming after us and this and that she had a population of people
Have a good night.
that she could send people into people's chats to. Nobody has that.
Yeah.
They don't have that. So then when you come out on the other side of it, she just looks like she's obsessed.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like.
And that's what people are saying. And she's okay with that.
And
Like,
that's
she's
what
okay
Kiwi
with that.
Farms is saying. And that's why when we say the farms and Kiwi Farms, you can go look at them. You can go look at that site and you can type in people's names.
Right, Steve?
And people will come up and you can see what they're posting about it.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
It says, I think that it's fucked up that YouTube allows other to stream other creators members only content. I do too. I do too. I would have a feeling, I don't even know if she does members only stuff because honestly, I would never join her membership.
Yeah.
That's just.
You can see where she has like a
Right,
tier.
Chicklets?
People, they're railing on her she has certain tiers where people are expecting certain things of her memberships and they're not getting them. And you can see people voicing their displeasure
Really?
in Twitter. And it's like, YouTube, there's always enough people. There's a revolving door that people can come and go and come and go. And that's what kept TT
Babies.
kept her on the net for so long. There's always going to be enough people in a group that come in that are seeing her for the first time that she could prey on until they notice what she's like.
Thank you.
And then 50-50, they go where? They come over here and they hang out with us. But so right now, Sam's Lackeys is hot Discord rejects, that channel. And the people that are on that. It's just crazy how in pocket they are with her right now. It is. And everybody's watching it. And I know you have a drama channel and you think it's going to, take off. It's not if you're with Sam, because Sam herself will cut your legs out from under you if you start to have a come up.
Yeah.
That's what she does.
She doesn't want anybody else, growing or bettering themselves or what have you. Thank you, Karen. We will see you later. Stitching said goodbye. And Missy is running. We will see you later. It was good. Thank you for stopping by. That is incredible. So and Lady Guinevere, she's probably already gone, but she's running too. So have a good night. Thank y'all. We're not going anywhere yet, but thank you for sticking around through the pixelation. Sean, you're right. I just accidentally found her channel first, right?
Yep. That's what happens, Chicklets. And you see Chicklets. Chicklets is supports us and she's here for us. And she tells us her opinion. She tells you when I bring up Tragic's name, she says, I don't like that guy and I hope you don't like. It's like she is not afraid to say what she needs to say. And that's what makes our circle pretty good, because whether you're on a text thread with us or not, whether you are in our DMs or not, we have a group of people that we check one another when we think we're out of line. If we're out of pocket, we have each other, and it kind of keeps us sane. It's so easy to all the feedback we got from a stream yesterday. I don't know how they went 3 hours about it. And
did they?
Something like that. That it's so easy to come back on with content and drag the shit out of them. But when you look at them and you look at what they talk about, how they talk about it, how long they talk about it, and what the overall, feedback is from it, we would be giving them so much more attention than they give themselves for their content.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that. I sit there and I go, when people talk about Mandy and I, as long as they do, the channels that do, it's like Owl's thing. getting on Mandi because Mandi got with somebody else and, that asked for, wanted to talk to us about what's going on. She'll do a stream tomorrow or whenever she does it, and it'll help our channel grow.
Yeah.
And so for me to sit there and go, let's drag these three people, it's like, why? They don't really have an influence unless we let them.
Right. And I mean, there's a lot of the things that they're saying, especially like some of the things that Alex is saying.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse to get low and nasty,
Mm-hmm.
like some of the things
Mm-hmm.
she's saying, because there's no reason for it. You know what I mean? There's no reason for it. It apparently wasn't, any sort of friendship that worked because, I mean, but I'm not going to say any of the disgusting things about your past or anything else,
Mm-hmm.
Alex. I'm not going to do it.
No.
I'm not going to do it. There's no need for it. But that's kind of where it begins and ends
Mm-hmm.
because AK and Tragic were just who they were, right?
Yep.
But Alex was a cool chick.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was cool.
The thing, and it's also helpful when your partner is watching the same stuff you are. There's so many people that, and I would say the majority of people that watch us, I mean, some of them, the people that watch us, they say, oh, Hubs is in the background and here's all this, but a lot of them don't know the extent of the rabbit hole
Yeah.
that we can tend to go down, and they wouldn't want them to.
Mm-mm.
But, and I think with Alex, no, she has a problem with a friendship that Mandi and I have. And she got quite frankly, got paranoid about it and was afraid that we were going to, somehow not be her friend.
Who?
Alex.
Oh, I thought you said Al. I was
No,
like,
Alex.
Okay, go ahead.
And she decided that it was the safer road to align with AK and Tragic than to try to be friends with us or try to be cordial to both of us. It wouldn't work over there. So she decided that she was just going to go over there. That's fine. There was not a lot, how do I say this? There wasn't a lot of things that she could say about us.
No.
She has to regurgitate what Sam's telling her to say.
Yeah.
And that's it's unfortunate because like you said, Alex is cool.
Yeah, one of the
cool.
things that she said is she said, I always judged Sam by what other people told me, not for myself. No. Don't start believing that. She doxed your family, right? She doxed your, she put
That's
some
the
pretty
thing.
nasty stuff out about you. What was the purpose of that? So no, you saw what she was doing. You didn't listen to what other people were saying. You saw what she was doing.
And you let that guide your actions. Al.
Chicklets.
So we're talking about Al and what she said today about, man, she's mad. She's mad about some DM drop. It wasn't a DM drop. It was just a one-sided someone trying to get in Mandi's, trying to get her to talk to him. And I quite honestly think she was mad because he was asking you for stuff about Owl and you wouldn't, and there's no telling in her mind what you sent. Because you
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you didn't send anything to anybody.
But that is from beginning to end, all of the DMs. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is nothing there. There's nothing there. That's why they were released. And they're not all released, obviously, because I've released them all. They're not all being put up there because they're not interesting. They're not interesting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
For a while, he would have other people ask me questions. Like he would say, hey, he has, and we would, so it was weird when he ended up in the DMs. I'm not saying that it was inappropriate or, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying it was weird when he showed up because used to he would ask questions through other people.
And we were talking about how, we were talking about Tragic and Tragic being in everyone's DMs. And Mandi said he was in my DM, and he was.
Yeah.
He was.
That's all. That was
that's
the only
all that
point.
was. That's all that was. But yeah. So there's this and that. So you can stoop to the
Right.
level of
Thank
a
you,
channel, or you can just stick up for yourself. That's what we're doing. We just stick up for ourselves. Hot Discord rejects, that group of people, they don't have the ability to do anything other than go real life if they want to go real life. And Mandi
And they
and I
do
have,
it a lot.
They
do it a lot.
We have people have gone real life on us so many times that we just are like drama stuff. We attach it to my ex-wife, and they know my ex-wife, and they're like, well, shit. Well, why do you guys keep hanging around in that community because we have friends in this community. Because
And
we
one
have
of the
friends in this
things
community.
that they always go for, specifically Bunz/Olopp, is that I'm the third wife. I don't care if I was Sean's 15th wife, and he doesn't either. It took what it took for us to find each other. So I think a lot of people probably have a couple of marriages that are one at least that is, there's no shame in divorce. When it affects the kids, that's a problem. It is, I guess, to a certain extent, it's a failure. But as we are sitting here right now talking to you, there are no regrets about our past. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nothing. I could be his, like I said, 15th marriage, and he could be mine. It just doesn't matter. It matters when you finally find the one you're going to be with. You know what I mean?
Let's, on the other hand, talk about the fact that Mandy and
Thank you, Mama Ricky.
Mandy and I have been here. We're here. We were here at the beginning of the drama community. We were in different parts of it, but we were both here. We've been on the both ends of being drugged through the mud and dragging people through the mud. 50, people in their 40s and 50s and 60s, and some of us, a lot of us acting like we're in 8th grade, by talking back and forth. We are not going anywhere. We are not going to be run. Now, there are other things that pop up in our life that are more important, and so we go take a break from here and there. But sure, it's fun. It's funny to hold Randy and Wendy accountable by they're talking some bullshit and they're slandering a person that doesn't even have a platform, and they're slandering her over and over again. Yeah, it's fun. We have the ability and the power, and I call it power, to come on and spin up a live stream, a drama live stream, to help this person out, to help her pick herself back up, because this one's been stomping all over her to the point where it drives Noodle, Randy, so nuts that she's got to spin up live and talk about us for 5 hours or whatever. And we're going to do that from time to time.
Nobody should have that kind of power.
Nobody should have that kind of power.
But like I said, if it's for content, good on you. If we're happy to do it if it helps feed your family. And I'm not even kidding. If you're so dependent on people acting a fool that you need it, then hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Mom Ricky says, Mandy, you're the final wife, and that's all that truly matters.
That's right.
Amen. That's what it matters. And people would not be so threatened by us if they didn't see us as being 100% genuine and real. I don't care if you don't like us individually. A lot of people will say, I can't stand them, but they have a corny ass love story. That's what it is. If you don't want to watch it, we get it. You know what I mean? But when I have made some really good friends through this platform. I have made amazing friends. I've made a couple of friends that I thought were really good friends, and through their fault, my fault, immaturity, not seeing the bigger picture, we've parted ways. There's no fucking reason to make it that disgusting. Sam, if it's content, it's content. But I don't understand, I can't fathom that helps your marriage to talk about us all the time.
It doesn't.
To watch everything we do, to pay some of your household income to watch our members only streams. Hey, Nelson, I can't fathom that's healthy in your marriage. I just can't.
And we know that Yaba is sick of it. And so now Sam, every once in a while she'll talk about us, but for the most part, she's got to go find people to talk about us. What Sam doesn't realize is it keeps us relevant. That live stream that they did yesterday, I saw the clips that you guys sent us, but I didn't watch it. I'm not going to go over there and watch it. You know why? Because when you look at their, whatever you call it, their numbers, I'm a numbers guy, right? They don't really have the ability to their words don't go any further than the people that are in their chat. It's not going to make us look bad. They're not going to do anything to us. And I had to remember that too. Because when you look at it, sure, I can come on here. I'll come on here and we do drama better than they could ever do it. We've been here for a while. They haven't been here that long.
They haven't been in the
They haven't been in the drama community long enough to understand that the rest of us that have been watching this for 6 or 7 years know that Sam has you in pocket, just like she's done with all these other people.
And what's more is you know who and what she is. You know what I mean? Like, tragic, no offense, but you kind of go where the donos are. So that's whatever. You know what I mean? I think that it's fabulous. You want to back off because it's not good for you. Stick to it. Don't let them call you back up to serve. Don't let them call you back up into action. You take the time that you need. You know what I mean? Like, don't let them use you. To anyone who's being used by her
It's
don't
so
let them
true,
use
man.
you.
You know, I have a feeling that it's just my gut as a dude that he really does. You know, we're not interesting enough for him to interfere with. I think that part of it, you saw it for a while where people would say stuff, he just wasn't part of it. But you know, when we've been watching him for a little while, and we notice that every once in a while he has to take a break, and that's healthy that you do that. The issue I have with it is when he comes back with all guns blazing. Like, this shit's not going to do the same thing it did to him the other times that he had to take a break. It's somebody that, respectfully, wants to do drama but doesn't want to be the drama. And that's, I mean, it's just advice. That's all that is.
That's all it is.
There's nobody here that is worried about anything more than they're not worried about anything more than that. The people that have been here in the drama community for years know this.
Right.
We have drug each other and doxed each other. A few years ago, that you guys that were here, remember when people were going to people's work? Remember that? They were going to people's work and calling welfare checks on one another. And after a while in your town, whether they're calling it on you or whatever, you become that person. You become that person in your town. When you have these certain channels where people never talk about anything other than they spin up a channel simply to talk about somebody else. That's on one hand where you say their personal life, their love life, their job, their house, it's nobody's business. But on the other hand, when you turn on a channel and all they're doing as 30 and 40 and 50-year-olds is reviewing other people's streams and railing on them. And, after a while, that's what they are. And when they have to take a break for their mental health, nobody gives a shit if they come back and start talking about somebody else. And after a while, it's like, that's who they are.
Right.
That's what they do.
And that's that. I mean, if that's your gig, that's your gig.
But don't expect people to feel sorry for you.
Right.
You know?
Especially the in real life shit. Yeah, it says I saw Randy and Wendy are still going on and on with the drama. They will, and they because they have to. Nobody watches anything else that they do.
You'll see
Nobody
channels.
does. We have 77 people watching us right now, but they like to make fun of the number of views. They want to carry 200 or whatever. They can't carry it talking about Joe Schmo and true crime and whatever. They got to get down and dirty, and they do.
How many people that you see that have been in the drama community for a while that all of a sudden they've decided that yeah that threw me off for a sec because that's
sorry.
bad news. But how many people have been around and you see these people that have been in the drama community, me and Mandy included, that kind of built our YouTube reputation on drama, and then they try to come back, we're the same way, and try to rebrand themselves. But there's many channels that sit there and have a shit ton of views when they talk crap about somebody, and then they come back 3 days later and they try to do true crime, or they do some horror thing, or they do whatever, and nobody watches it. So eventually they go back so they can have their month. They go back and they do more drama. Mandy and I have a pretty good group of people in our channel. We love talking about our chickens and talking about our lives. We know it's to the point when people come after us, the rest of drama community is like Kiwi Farms is like, they are boring. Let them have it. You look obsessed when you talk about them. There's nothing that anybody can say on any channel, not AK and Alex. Nobody can bring any new stuff up or anything that hasn't already been heard before. And matter of fact, they sound kind of stupid. I heard a clip where they were saying I was Presley.
Oh yeah.
What was that all about?
They were saying that they were told, Alex, that was you, sweetheart. You said it. You said that you had someone tell you that Sean was Presley. That makes no fucking sense.
The thing about it is so preposterous. Everybody that watches us knows who Presley is. She's our good friend.
She's not only in our chat.
And she's not just in our chat. She's around in other chats that means you are so far off with the information that y'all
Right.
get.
I don't know who gave
You know.
it to you or if you thought that it was.
That sounds silly. You can be sitting around going on, this is any channel, talking about
Thank you,
drama or talking
Chicklets.
about one thing, and on the drop of a hat, someone says some stupid shit like that, and all of a sudden it just illegitimizes their whole stream.
Right.
You know?
I mean, look, I can give it as good as I get it, but like when people end their tweet when they're pissed off at me or Sean or whoever with something like "you friendless bottom feeding bitch," it doesn't help your cause for looking like that you have valid points. As much as I love the fact that you said "shut your whore mouth" to TT, that's not but that's what Twitter does. That's what people say on Twitter. And that's why I only poke my head in every once in a while. And people who know me know that if they send me a DM and somehow I get a hold of it and it's somebody that I want to talk to, not want to talk to like, are you important? Like someone engage, the first thing I'll do is offer you my phone number because everyone already knows it. And I'll have a conversation with you. Like, so, I don't know. For those of you who love Twitter and love keeping up, I think a lot of people that keep up with Twitter are not necessarily, they use it for information. They don't really interact with it. You know what I mean? But I have done before, not recently, but when I was looking for an old Twitter of mine, Karen will tell you, I have no less. Karen, how many was it? Like 9 Twitters or something that I've started, not even recently, over the course of Twitter being there. Like, Karen has shown me before how many I have that I can't even get into. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think I've done a search before looking for those channels, and I'll see some of the stuff people have said about me. The last time I did was probably 6 months ago. I did a I did a search for a combination of things of Mrs. ATX. I saw shit that people had said like a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was. And it was some horrible fucking shit. But I went and I looked at all and I went, wow, my little name ATX gets thrown around a lot.
That is
you know
the thing.
I mean?
If you are doing drama
Right.
at our level of drama,
Right.
I mean, look, the only person that I've seen that have taken drama and reviewing people to the next level is French Fry Girl. She puts numbers in her chat, and she puts numbers in her chats and numbers in her pocket.
She gets more views on Foodie Beauty shit than Foodie Beauty gets on Foodie Beauty shit.
Right.
I mean, how does that even happen?
She might be the only person that I know. I mean, how do you even talk in your chat with 3K in it? How do you address?
She reads only the super chats.
Yeah, she
well, I
reads
mean, that's
the
all
super
she can
chats.
do.
I mean,
that's all she can do.
And because people know that, they're going to throw her $2, $3. We're talking about 100 freaking $3 super chats every stream she has.
I've shown Sean. I'm Sean. Like, Sean, look at this. And I'll scroll through and show him. Like, I'm like, look how many people are there. And he's like, wow. And he said, how many does Foodie Beauty get? I said, like a third of that.
Yeah.
Maybe even less. It's incredible. But that's how it's done. Whether you like FFG or you don't like, that's how reviewing is done.
The way I do it, when I look at stuff, and here we are, we've been here, 4 years?
See, Chicklets?
Our channel's been going for 4 years. We got 4,000 subs. So you can tell right off the bat, when you have 4,000 subs in 4 years, you're not going to have a million subs. And that's just not doing this is not going to do it. So I just kind of look around, and every once in a while, and I go, that one's talking about us. That one's talking about us. That one's talking about us. You can bet Sam's talking about us. You can bet there's a pretty good chance every once in a while Owl will be talking about us. Those two right there. And I go, okay, we can still do our drama. And people are still they're gonna watch it.
Like the topic today of conversation is someone who has a whole lot of stock accounts. There's nothing original about that. There's nothing original about using a throwaway name to say something and then moving along. It's a waste of a name. And did you know that now Google is restricting how many things that you can create? You have to have a phone number now or something like that. Yeah, I'm like,
the rogue mods is hard to do now. The
rogue modding, they might have finally fixed it. I took all my nails off. Did you know?
But that's it, guys. I mean, I'll admit that last night, Mandy and I were just giggling. We were giddy with pleasure because
Thank you,
somebody's
Chicklets.
over there talking about us getting half the stuff out wrong. You know, we spent the night making some wrongs right, and editing some of our material to make some wrongs right, because we admit we're wrong. I was wrong about somebody that I was talking about. You got to say what you're wrong when you're wrong. So then we got up and we're going to go on there. And as the day went on, it's like, why do we want to give hot Discord rejects that much attention and put them on the map? I mean, she's been at it for a little while,
but you did get some subs off of us saying your name.
Yep.
That's how drama's done.
That's how it's done.
That's how
Talk
it's
about
done.
us.
You'll get a few subs off of us.
You'll get some subs.
Yeah. You know how many subs that I continue to get off of Sam talking about us and other people, like when
A lot.
And y'all all know, and you can believe it or not, that I'm not totally I don't get elated. I'm not a numbers person. I'm not into the analytics. I do know that now, in retrospect, when I've been looking, we did grow very, very fast in the beginning.
In the beginning,
we grew very, very fast.
We got about 2,700 in about
6 months?
No, it was less than that. It was about 120 days in about 4 months.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And you know, it got to the point where we had to make a decision. You know, we got married, and it was, okay, do we want to do this? And for a hot minute, we were like, we're gonna do a couples channel.
Well, we weren't going to stream like ongoing from your folks, because that was disrespectful.
But even before that, you look at the people that were doing it, and they were making a lot of money doing it. The Ace family, some of the other ones, you know all the names. Every single one of those channels, their gig is up.
They're having to do other things.
They have 4 or 5 million people on their family things. They are now. We watch them buy homes, buy cars, buy
and
boats.
Now they're losing.
Now we're watching them sell boats, sell homes, sell property, and the time of live streaming like family stuff, couples channels is gone. The person that did that I'll mention a long time ago, 12 years ago, 13 years ago, whenever it was Michael Green, the kid behind the camera. He was Angry Grandpa's grandson, right? Or
I think it's his son.
His son.
Yeah, I think.
He took Angry Grandpa and he helped him with that, and then he started his own channel. It's called Kid Behind the Camera. Type that in, and he has done it. 4 or 5 million subs or whatever, and he's built his life around it. Those days are over.
Yeah.
And he understood to stay out of the drama.
And he invested well.
And he'll
say that he invested.
I think him and Bridget had another baby.
Oh, did they?
I think so.
Yeah, I only watched them for a little bit. It's fickle. No one should make it. You can't make it a career.
You can't.
If you watch that Layers of Me Nikki tutorial, and she tells what making it and continue to making it on social media is about, and it's numbers driven, and she talks about all that. And she'll say the biggest fear an influencer creator has is just becoming yesterday's news.
Right.
And you have to constantly battle against that happening. And
I remember feeling that way a few years ago. And it's like, for a second, it's like, whatever. But since we've been here, Mandi and I have put so many other things into our lives that if, YouTube is like, we're down for 10 days, no YouTubing at all, it wouldn't affect our lives that much. It really wouldn't.
No. We love being able to interact with you. And of course, any kind of support from people like that you're giving us right here in the chat, talking to us and giving us support. That's what it's all about. People say that it's chill and it's laid back here. I hope so. Because even though we're covering topics that are considered drama or what have you, we're not, I don't see any reason to just talk about people's disgusting pasts and things like that. It's just not, it's not important. I'm 45. He's 44.
I'm 44.
I mean, 54. I was trying to figure out, are there 9 years right now?
You're older than me?
No, but there's 9 years right now.
I like younger women. What are you talking about?
Is it going to be 10 years in October?
I'll be 55.
Right. That's when our difference. Right now we're 9 years.
Yes. We're like 9.5.
Right.
So we go 6 months out of the year where I'm 9 years older, and then 6 months where I'm 10. But so when you sit there, Mandi and I will come on and do drama, and it's normally in reaction to something that's said to us, or a friend of ours or somebody that we just think is getting a raw deal from some other YouTuber, we do that. And we do it to the point where they talk back about us. That's what we're good at. And people know it. We can come on there and say it and they know it. And when Sam is to the point where other, channels and other people slide into, our DMs to be like, hey, what's up? Don't know why she's so obsessed, but
Yeah.
talk to us,
I don't either. But Sean posed a good question. Why do you have such a distaste for me?
That's it. And that's everybody. And if you turn around because you said this, you said that, I mean, you can stick to that if you want. We defended somebody that we know and we've developed a friendship with that Randy drugged through the mud. Okay, fair enough. We did that. We did that for somebody. But like Mandy said, we would like to get these 3 or 4 channels that we have, build them a little bit. But we're here. If someone wants to, do Sam's bidding, we'll get on here and tell you how stupid you look.
Yeah.
And how everybody is saying
Because
you're Sam's lackey right now.
You guys know, man, it's gonna fall apart.
Yep.
And when it does,
Yep.
we're gonna be right here to be like, told you she was no good. You think you're different? No, you're not different.
And trust me, I did do this. I'll do solid. I'll tell you the attention I gave you guys. When Sam put you in pocket, which was about February, so it's been 3 or 4 months or whatever, I haven't seen your channel grow at all. Sam won't allow that. It's not like all Sam's people are coming over to watch your content.
They already know who you are.
They already know who you are, and they're like, Sam's got this one for now. And then after a while, you'll do what you always do, is you'll make enemies with that side, and I'm talking about Sam, and you'll find somebody else.
Right, exactly. The
list is long.
Let me look at something real quick. I want to, let's see here.
What's it called, Steven?
I know, that's what
DCP?
I'm looking at.
We're looking that up right now.
No, I'm not. I'm looking something else up because, but you look, no, I'm just kidding. I'll look in just a second. Let me look up. It was a stream that was on today. And it was interesting. The first 15 minutes for sure were interesting. I'm going to put this in here. Again, doesn't freaking matter who you like, who you don't like. It's just about listening to something and looking at receipts that are put out. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me put this right here.
And while she's finding it.
No, I got it. That's the stream from today that I wanted y'all to see. And again, it doesn't matter whether you like this person or not. Listen to the first, like from 3 days ago, from today, listen to like the first 15 minutes. It's interesting, and it may shed some light on things that you didn't know already. Lots of receipts, especially in the one from 3 days ago.
Steven Shigal. I took a screenshot of what you put out there, because I'm definitely going to check that out.
You're always looking for different things, you know
Dad
what I mean?
Challenge podcast.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it on yesterday's stream. I have discovered a world of sports podcasting that I didn't know existed. I just wasn't, because I was always doing drama. When I'm on YouTube, I'm doing this. So, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, and they have moved on. Mavericks play on Tuesday night. And because, I guess because I wear the Dallas stuff, it sees what you wear. It sees what you talk about.
Does it really?
And so all of a sudden in my feed was a couple of podcasts that talk about basketball, and they talk about the Mavericks specifically. And I'll tell you what, these people have the same type of sub count, but they put like 300 or 400 people in their chat, and they talk about sports. Who is it that's always telling me to shut up about sports? Chicklets. See? Yeah. So now I can do the chicken stuff here, Chicklets, and I can do my sports over there. But Mandy and I have a couple other channels that have 1,000 subs, have 2,000 subs. They're out there. We haven't mentioned them. And if we take them in a different direction, we could do that.
We could conquer the world.
Yes, we will. The people, I get it. There's people that do this YouTube stuff, and they see a paycheck. And they see, all of a sudden
which is nice.
Which is nice. They get a little bit of ends, and it's cool. And if you are relying on that to pay your bills, just realize that eventually you're going to have to get nastier and nastier, and you got to keep people watching you. The people that I've noticed that make the most money are the people that get talked about because they're crazy on their channel. Those are the people that, you know, get a bunch of people to watch them, and they get, you know, but most of the people that review other people's, or they just do drama about other people, eventually it goes away.
Yeah.
It just goes away. They'll go to a different creator that's doing it. And really, if you don't come out the gate and set the world on fire in the first like 4 months, it's going to be tough to
and you've
build
got to
something.
have something different.
You do.
To differentiate you from other people. And people do it.
There are so many people that are in the drama community or other communities that have seen numbers, and they've put how many thousand of subs they've got. And they say, I'm going to take this audience and I'm going to talk about this. It'd be like me coming on this stream and go, okay, we're going to talk about baseball. But there's 4,200 subs. You'd be like, get the fuck out of here with that. You know, you'd be like, we want to talk about, you know, the other stuff.
And subs would start to go away.
Yeah.
They would be like, oh my gosh. It's
we are. She said, you want to be shocked? Check out the Dirty Dozen.
I'm going to check that out.
We're going to do that.
Yeah, we're always looking for something.
Maybe we'll watch Dirty Dozen, people in the chat, and we'll all watch it, and then we'll talk about it for a little bit next time.
We could do that. Like that. It might be a nice little change for if we can fix our. Right now we're sitting in the dark. It looks like it's less pixelated, but it's still pixel. This stream is going to be.
Oh my god!
It might.
I didn't even realize that.
It might clear it. No, it's okay. We're almost done.
Okay.
It might clear itself out when it gets uploaded. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. But either way, I'm glad you could hear us.
Chicklets. She said sports.
I know. So it's like 7:30. We're going to do what we do, which is put the chickens away. And I'm trying to figure out why we're in the dark. It might be because it was light when we went live.
We're going to find something to watch tonight because all my sports teams have played and are done.
There you go.
So
just don't take shit too seriously.
Yeah, don't take it serious.
And if you're mad, you're mad.
And we appreciate when you guys come over and tell us about another platform that is, you know, talking about us or railing on us or whatever. But, you know, follow it. I don't want to say follow the money, but I'm like, follow, you know, just do the little wire diagram. It's a pretty good chance it goes right back to Sam. Pretty good chance.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's weird.
It's very weird. And thank you to Kiwi Farms for putting that on blast. We appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. And they don't, that's not how they operate. They don't care whether people appreciate or not.
They don't.
They just do. I did watch it. I watched Thinner the other day. We watched it together. It was as good as I remembered it. Sean liked it too.
I liked it.
So we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you, Chicklets, for everything. And thank you for your support and for being here. And we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Bye.